speaking.
Speak.
1, 2, test.
Speak. Okay.
How much do you want me to speak?
Okay, I think you're good. I think you're good. Oh wait, I'm really quiet. Hold up. Hold up. Okay.
Speak.
Yes, speak.
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 We're at the end, dude.
Speak.
We're at the end.
Yeah.
I think it's the end. I genuinely think it's the end. Like legit.
The end.
Legit.
I believe we're
Yes.
at the end.
Yes. Legit
Now
at
I have
the
to,
end.
like, replay it all to get the achievements. I can't.
No. No, you don't. You just I don't even know. What are the achievos? Like, what else do you have to do aside from play the game? That's odd. I never think about that.
I don't know. I like looking at the achievements sometimes.
Huh.
Well, I mean, there was one that's like list read all of the French guy. I forgot his name.
Oh, Armstrong's?
Yeah, to hear all his French vocabulary, basically.
Really?
And I was like, wow, I missed it.
Wow. I didn't realize he had more vocabulary.
Viola offers you a donut at one point if you select certain dialogue, I think. I don't know. That was also an achievement. I was like, wow, I missed that too.
Wow, those are like things I didn't know that you could do.
They're like super specific.
Yeah, that is very super specific. You just had to have the right button presses. Oh, okay. Hi, Terry.
I wanted to get a little mini haircut today, but I was too lazy.
Happy Saturday, Terry. Hope it's going well for you.
Hello. Alright. Now I'm ready.
Alright, let's go.
My hair is still too long though. Ugh.
I'll go.
February 10th, 9:39 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1.
Hold on. I can do it. Even though I just woke up. Good morning. Oh, are you by yourself?
Morning, Pearls. I just sound rough.
Yeah, you just sound like you're beat up. He didn't sleep either. Mr. Nick, please tell me, what's going to happen to Mystic Maya?
No idea, kid. I'm sorry. We don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't allowed into the inner temple.
Oh, I see. So, is Sister Iris still trying to remove those trick locks in the training hall?
No, she's a defendant in this case, so she can't be at the inner temple. She's required to be here in court.
Then, how come she's not here in the defendant's lobby?
She ran! I'm kidding.
She did run. Again.
I have to admit, it's kind of strange.
If you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby.
Edgeworth. What's Iris doing over there?
She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak.
Today's testimony?
You heard me. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution.
Wait, what?
That makes no sense. The prosecutor is squeezing her for a confession, or so I heard.
Francisca von Karma, what are you up to?
I know what you're thinking. But Francisca isn't going to be the prosecutor today.
What? Then who is? Why?
It's your favorite. Who else would it be but Godot?
Godot.
Francisca is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern. The Sacred Cavern? You don't mean that she's... Exactly. She has been out there all night trying to remove those trick locks.
Man, she's dedicated, I guess.
Yeah. The head nun's assistants, actually. Oh, thank God. She's actually doing something. We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours.
And then more are gonna spawn.
I hope everything continues to go smoothly and we receive some good news soon.
Yeah, thanks, Edgeworth.
Oh, I'm eating my green beans.
Prosecutor Godot intends to nail this case shut today.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know how to do Edgeworth.
Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow. Exclamation point.
Isn't that what I always do in all my cases?
That's right. Like your life's
You
on the
don't have to
line.
tell me that.
Touche. I can already see it in your eyes. You're not the same fever-ridden, frantic maniac you were yesterday.
Thanks for your kind words. Strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all this. Almost immediately after I made that decision, I felt myself getting stronger.
Interesting. Maybe you passed your cold one to someone else, literally. And with that, I leave the rest in your capable hands, partner.
Thanks. Do we still have the same Canadian judge, or is it the other judge now?
I think it's the other judge now. It's your judge, don't worry. Hashtag my judge. I still don't have answered. Oh, it's you!
No.
Oh, good lord.
I still don't have answers for most of the riddles plaguing this case. Yeah. Death. Circumstances around the murder of Miss Elise Donim. No, I mean Miss Misty Faye. The impossible flight Larry claims to have seen. Oh yeah, that still needs to be explained.
Right.
And what that woman is really after. Isn't that?
I feel that's kind of obvious, but...
I'll solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end. I mean, the tragedy doesn't stop even after you have answers.
No, it does not.
10 o'clock, courtroom number 7. Yeah. Court is, court. I don't know. Court is now in session for the trial of Iris of Hazakura Temple.
Dots.
Your Honor, what are you? Who? Me? Well, my little brother came to visit me in my chambers earlier this morning. All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted.
Wait, that's his younger brother?
Oh wait, does that mean he's also Canadian?
He's been Canadian this whole time?
Canadian who knows Spanish? Therefore, I will be standing in for him. I see, Your Honor. So they're brothers. That explains a lot. My poor brother. He looked a bit pale, not to mention sad that he couldn't be here. Wonder what the age difference is.
Me too. It is impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us. This is precisely why people feel the need to judge the past. And we of the court have been charged with the solemn duty of passing such a judgment.
Well said, Mr. Godot.
What did he even say?
Yeah. I understood exactly what you said, at least up until the end anyway. Now then, Mr. Godot, please proceed with your opening statement.
Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of the tides. There's only one thing that remains a constant in this crazy world. The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug.
I think he's addicted.
I think he's sad.
So then you mean, forget it. What do you mean?
During yesterday's trial, the accused refused to admit her role in the crime. But today, she has had a change of heart. Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple has a confession to make.
Confession? The defendant? Iris, why didn't she discuss this with me first? Very well. This court will now hear the defendant's confession. I confess that I am innocent.
Jeez. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules. You have... I don't know your rules. It makes no sense.
So just go up to one and be like, "What's your name and what do you do?"
Yeah, what's your job?
Are you making money? My name is Iris. I am but a simple nun undergoing training at Hazakura Temple. Witness, is there something that you want to confess to? Yes, but first I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore. It's alright. What is it? Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I did play a part in this terrible incident.
Girl, why are you out of yourself?
Are you actually confessing? Are you saying that you were the one who murdered Miss Elise Donim? No, I'm not, Your Honor. But I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place. After her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of Mystic Elise and carried it to the Hazakura Temple courtyard, where I desecrated it.
Okay, that is a big confession.
What? Order in the court. Order! Witness, are you saying you were an accomplice to the murder? Yes, that's correct. What? 3 minutes in court and I'm already covered in a cold sweat.
I'm so sorry, Phoenix. You should have done this to Edworth. That would have been so much more funnier. Everyone on the planet is an accomplice to something. It just happens to be that in this case, it's to murder.
Look.
Isn't that right, Mr. Trite?
That could do.
Okay.
So this is the so this is the confession they were conferring about. Pains me to say this, but it looks like Iris's testimony was all a lie. Iris's testimony crumpled up and shoved into a pocket.
Now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I've got a question for you. Whose crime were you trying to cover up by your actions?
Iris was covering for someone. I mean, that's kind of what. And now I'm definitely up the creek without a paddle or a life jacket. I've been at Hazakura Temple ever since I was a little girl. Hazakura Temple is run by one of the branch families of the Korean tradition. One of our missions is to protect the main family. I'm sorry, but main family? Yes. Yeah. Yes. And that's why I would dirty myself if need be to protect her. Daughter of the master of the Korean channeling technique, Mystic Maya Fey. Huh.
Wake up and smell the coffee, Trite.
She's naming Maya? Or Maya again?
Oh my god, Maya can't catch a break.
Like, excuse me, Judge. Maya has been like accused so many times. Order in the court. So not only did you witness the murder, you know the name of the murderer. Terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes.
Iris, why are you lying?
And then I cleaned up the area to try to protect her.
But is she? Question mark?
That's ridiculous. Maya could never do such a... The defense will refrain from commenting until the appropriate time. Now, witness, let's hear your testimony. What exactly happened on the night of the crime? Objection!
Yeah, objection. What the heck?
Yes, Your Honor. I thought I was prepared for the unexpected, but I never imagined the case would wind up going in this direction. The real murderer. I I went to the inner temple that night and I saw it all happen in the garden. I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff. While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, and Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only in self-defense, you can't blame her for it. So it was in self-defense? Yes, Mystic Elise was the one who attacked first. That's why I tried my best to protect Mystic Maya.
You moved the victim's body to the temple so that Maya wouldn't be suspected. Isn't that right? Not bad. You've got the instincts of a true criminal.
Thank you so much. Something's not quite right. I'm sure it was established yesterday that Iris never went to the inner temple that night. And that person who did go was that woman. Iris even admitted it. Now then, Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Sister Iris, your testimony has changed quite a bit since yesterday. You stated yesterday that on the night of the murder, you didn't go to the inner temple.
Objection!
Did she now? Too bad for you. What she said yesterday doesn't mean much today. By the way, where were you when she claimed that she didn't go?
It was in the inner temple's training hall.
A private conversation between the two of you does not constitute testimony.
I should have recorded it.
That would be properly described as hearsay.
What do you have to say, witness? I just couldn't tell him the truth at that time. Mystic Maya, she's your girlfriend, isn't she? No.
No.
I didn't want to be the one to break it to you that I saw her commit murder. There. We all understand how difficult this is for you. Now then, let's continue with the testimony. What did you witness in the temple garden? Well, Your Honor... You're saying that the victim attacked Maya, I mean Miss Faye. Yes, it was a truly frightening scene. Mystic Maya was struck hard on the head and looked like she was going to collapse. What were you doing at the time? Why didn't you stop them from fighting? I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I was frightened. I couldn't move. I couldn't even speak. I was in such shock. That's perfectly understandable, my dear. This doesn't sound right. I don't believe this testimony for a minute. What happened after that? She moved in to deliver a fatal strike? Yes, I'm sure of it. She threw down her staff and reached into her robe for a weapon. Wait a minute, what was this weapon? It was some kind of dagger. Dagger, huh? And Elise Stoneham tried to stab her with this weapon? To kill Miss Faye? Yes, exactly.
Huh.
Look.
You look like I did after I mistakenly took a swig of Worcestershire sauce.
Ew.
That's kind of, yeah, that's,
Salty.
You have a problem with the testimony we're hearing from your client, lawyer boy.
I mean, yeah, but I wanted to press the other. Well, no, I don't. Your Honor.
I feel like this is so soon for us to
Well,
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense for us
it
to do
makes
it now.
sense,
But it's like,
doesn't make sense. I'm doubting myself now. Why didn't you stop me?
no, because like it makes sense, but then at the same time, I'm like, are we pulling our card too early? Are they trying to bait us?
They'll punish us eventually.
Gosh, okay.
Most likely.
Most likely.
I have a small problem with the witness's testimony. You do. But this witness is your own client. Yes, well, nevertheless, she's lying.
She didn't tell us anything. She's just doing her own thing now. That's fine. Witness, let's add your last statement to the testimony. Oh,
Okay.
so you can still read the rest.
Yay. Yeah. Hey, just a moment. It's my job to say that.
Listen, Gramps. I won't say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me.
Sir, you're just a prosecutor. Yeah.
He's still getting attacked.
Okay, now, let's continue.
Is it different or is it?
Yeah, that's a different. That's the added one.
She threw her staff away. I mean, you could still kill someone with a staff. Just beat them over the head. That.
Yeah.
Mystic Elise was trying to kill Mystic Maya. I think that's why she wanted a more lethal weapon. I mean, but Maya was defenseless. A staff has so much more reach than a dagger. That makes no sense. Lies, Judge. That's a lie.
You can hit somebody hard enough.
Yeah.
You can hit anybody with anything hard enough. Almost
If she
anything.
wasn't wearing armor, you could like boom, hit her in the gut. She'll keel over and then whack her over the head.
Yeah. Violence. Yeah.
And I've been hit by a staff before in gear, but
Oh, that's right. And you know it hurts.
it does hurt, or it can hurt if we did it at full strength. It's true. It's not easy to inflict a deadly blow with a staff. Sister Iris, let me make sure I've got this straight. The victim herself chose to throw away her staff. Yes, that's what I saw. Is there anything odd about that, Mr. Wright? Yeah, it's odd, alright. Well, I mean, ignoring the fact that there's there's a weapon in the staff, but I mean, even the staff had like a gem in it, like you can bludgeon.
Right, right.
Mystic Elise attacked Mystic Maya with a dagger. I'm sure of this. And then? Mystic Maya, she turned things around and then she used the weapon she had taken and lunged forward for a strike. Witness, are you absolutely certain? It's not easy to disarm someone with a dagger. Not without injuring yourself anyways.
Yeah, no.
Yes, but believe me, she had no choice. If Mystic Maya hadn't done something.
Maya Fey's name would have been written on this autopsy report instead.
Yes, I see. This is bad. Still can't put the pieces together. Unless I find unless I find contradiction in her testimony, Maya's gonna get blamed for this. I only have this to say. I'll press that one just cuz.
Just cuz.
So you're saying Maya Fey was the one who stabbed Miss Elise Stoneham. Sister Iris, is that really what you saw? Yes.
Objection!
Trite.
No, say tisk.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Trite.
Your mug is filled with the black and bitter suspicions. The only way to get rid of them is to drink them down quick. Like this!
I know that's supposed to be a metaphor, but I don't get it.
There's only one thing you need to get right. It's called evidence. Now hurry up, before the next cup gets cold.
What does that mean? Is Godot waiting for me to point out the contradictions? Does he already know?
I think he already knows.
How does he know?
Right? I thought we just kept it between us.
Unless Gumshoe betrayed us. I'm kidding.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I like to avoid the whole spirit channeling thing if I can.
I don't think you
Not only
can.
Not only would it be inadmissible as evidence, but I think it might actually hurt our standing with the judge.
It would.
First, I need to pick about her. First, I need to pick her testimony apart and expose the unnatural sounding parts. I don't know why I should tell a story like this, but there are two things I noticed that just don't add up.
2? What's the other one? The dagger itself? Okay.
I don't know what
it
the
was the-
second thing is.
Yeah, it was like the weapon. That's wrong. What was the second one? Oh, probably that. There's no way it could have been
Oh.
Maya.
Yeah.
Duh. Okay.
But I thought he was like talking about like the unnatural stuff,
Yeah.
or that's not related to spirit channeling.
Right.
Objection! Sister Iris, there's something strange about your version of events. Huh? Miss Donem throwing her staff away makes no sense at all to me. But all you can do is a staff is hit someone. Naturally, you wouldn't know this, Sister Iris, but the victim's staff had a special feature about it. As you can see, it's a sword. Ah! If Elise Donem really had wanted to kill Maya Fey, she wouldn't have needed to use a separate dagger. Did they even find the dagger? Where did the dagger come from?
I think they're just procuring a dagger out of their brain.
Okay. Like, maybe if they had evidence about this dagger, I would have been more worried.
Right, right,
And then Godot just magically appears with a dagger.
right.
She wouldn't have needed to use a separate dagger. Not when she already had a beautiful blade in her hands already.
Rattle, 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 rattle.
Well, Sister Iris, what do you have to say? He's smiling.
That was an impressive bit of investigating, Trite. I never would have thought there was a sword hidden in that staff. But even so, how should I put this? Here's the dagger.
Yep.
A long sword is unwieldy, and thus quite ineffective in close quarters combat.
Well, I mean, isn't it still effective if you're still able to stab people?
It sounds. Have you even fought before we could talk? One of the people is unarmed.
I know, it's like, regardless, it would still be effective if it does what it needs to do.
Oh well. Maybe that's why she chose a dagger over her blade.
I would understand if she started with the dagger first, because
But
It's
it
more
can't
secretive.
be. Because remember how they said that the Autopsy report is as long as the other sword, right? Like the weapon, the actual murder weapon is as long or has the length of the big.
it just has to go through the body. I mean, daggers can be pretty long.
I guess.
Kind of depends on what kind of dagger they're gonna show me
Right.
and
He-
how
oh
thick
gosh.
it is.
He will actually procure a dagger out of nowhere.
Gosh. Okay.
Let's see.
Well,
Anyway, the type of weapon she chose to use isn't what's important. The important thing is that she tried to kill Maya Fey.
I think the weapon is pretty important.
I think so too. As long as there's nothing strange about that, there's no problem with her testimony.
Why did they let him get away with twisting the testimony?
I don't know.
But there is something strange about this whole testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point. Does he, though? Does he?
Does he, Judge?
Very well, Your Honor. The defense will not. I don't know what evidence for what. Hold up, I'm not. I missed it.
This is the part 2.
You're right. I have here another piece of evidence that shows that this testimony can't be trusted.
Uh-oh. Oh.
What was that one again?
How do we create the link? Maybe her profile? Let's see her profile real quick.
Oh.
Oh. Well,
It says it. Okay.
that's kind of nice.
Okay. It's. At least Dona would never have attacked Maya Fey. How can you be so sure? Because the victim's real name was not Elise Donim. Her real name was Misty Fey. No, not Misty Fey. Who is this Misty Fey? Is she related to?
Dad, you don't remember?
No, he's old. Misty Fey is the master of the Korean channeling technique. She is also the mother of Maya Fey. Are you serious? Is it really true, Mr. Wright? Was Elise Donim actually the great Mystic Misty? Mystic Misty?
Mystic Misty.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Like Iris had no idea. I can hardly believe it. The idea that she would try to kill her only daughter, one she hadn't seen in 17 years. That's still so sad.
That is so bad, though.
Perhaps the prosecution can offer some explanation for why she would do such a thing.
Ugh. She was gone for 17 years. They don't have the mother-daughter bond. Even though they still love each other very much, I suppose.
Order in the court. Upon first hearing the witness's testimony, it seemed natural enough. However, in light of some facts that have just been presented, one, that the victim supposedly threw away a sword during a fight, and two, that the two people battling to the death were mother and daughter. Despite the facts being believable when taken on their own, when taken together, the entire story seems difficult to believe.
Listen, there's nothing in this world that is impossible. Except for one little thing.
What is it, Gano? Yes, what is this one little impossible thing?
You still don't get it.
No, I don't.
You think maybe my beans are under roasted, but you have no idea, Gramps.
Could you get to your point?
I heard this witness's confession this morning. Just I had taken the first sip of my 8th cup of morning coffee. How many morning coffees do you think he
Holy
takes?
Crap.
Because he goes through how many? 17 during a court case, right? A court trial. So...
Jeez.
If anything...
That's just a lot of coffee intake.
That is just a lot of coffee intake.
You're going to ruin your health, my friend.
Anyway, after hearing this woman's confession, I had a detective who loves to investigate sent to the scene of the crime. And he discovered this little beauty. Oh, of course, he just magically has a dagger.
Is that the dagger the witness testified to seeing?
Obviously, Your Honor. But do you not notice something else?
It's paint, and besides, the defendant looked nervous. He had no idea this dagger existed.
Jeez.
Now that you mention it, if you look closely, there appears to be blood on it.
Rabble.
Where did you find that? I didn't see that when I investigated the crime scene.
Did you investigate the pine tree at the crime scene?
Huh? The pine tree?
They wouldn't let us.
This dagger was stuck in the backside of the pine tree.
What pine tree?
The one to the left.
That's not a pine tree.
Well, they wouldn't let us investigate it to begin with, so...
It's not pine! Or is it? I don't think it's pine.
It just looks like a weird, different pine.
When the last blow was struck, ending the violent battle between the two women. This little baby was thrown in the direction of the back of the pine tree.
With so much force?
To be embedded in the pine tree?
Which means the blood on this dagger belongs to the victim, correct? It's just a tiny bit of blood.
Unless it has Maya's fingerprints all over it. You know? How did they magically have her fingerprints all over it?
Were you even listening, old man? I first heard this confession this morning. Just I had taken the first sip of my 13th cup of morning coffee.
It just keeps growing. Eight was enough.
Okay.
Good-o. 8 was enough.
Didn't you say it was your 8th just a few minutes ago?
I didn't have enough time to get the blood analyzed on such a short notice.
In any case, the court will accept the dagger as evidence. Furthermore, I order that a blood test be performed on it immediately.
This is my sweetheart. Make sure you treat her right.
Bailiff, get this piece of evidence to the crime lab for testing immediately.
Great. Of course there's a magical dagger that came out of nowhere. It's
From
like
embedded in a tree. Wow.
it's like Edward coming out with the updated autopsy report. It's the same feeling.
It doesn't feel great. Found behind a tree in the inner temple garden. The blood is being analyzed now. Now then. The testimony we've just heard had numerous unbelievable aspects to it. However, after having found the very dagger the witness spoke of, I believe we can consider her testimony to be credible.
It's forged, Your Honor.
Cute girls never lie, ever.
Lies.
No, that's true. I don't lie.
You're not cute. Alright, I'm sorry. You are cute.
You're like, oh, that was mean. No, it's fine. You're good.
Mean. In any case, witness, if you could please testify again to this court.
She's like, what else do I have to say?
About what, Your Honor? About the incident you saw. The battle between the two women. Yes, Your Honor.
Nah, she didn't see nothing.
The battle. You could have just been like, no, I'm good, Your Honor.
No, it's like, I have nothing else to say.
She stumbled briefly after being hit over the head with the staff. But then she dodged Mystic Elise's next attack and stole her weapon. Huh? I'm like trying to imagine that scenario in my head. I was like, wait, when did the dagger come out?
I know.
Suddenly, Mystic Elise was the one on the defensive, with her back to the stone lantern. That's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mystic Elise. Mystic Elise managed to fling the knife away, but then she collapsed. That was a very heartbreaking story. I don't know if there were any bad feelings between them, but it had been 17 years since Misty's disappearance. Perhaps they simply didn't recognize each other anymore. That sounds reasonable. Now then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination. We need motive, sir.
We do. What even would be Maya's motive?
possession.
I guess.
Oh, we can't mention spirit channeling just yet. Iris, where were you standing when you witnessed all this? What do you mean? What do you mean, what do I mean? Well, if either of them had noticed you, they might not have continued their battle. I wonder if that's true. The two of them, they were standing near the garden's stone lantern. I was watching the whole thing from behind.
Huh?
But
Behind
the
Maya.
lantern?
Yeah,
Or behind
I feel
Maya,
like
behind.
I think
Your
it's,
sentence is too vague.
I think it's behind Maya because it makes no sense behind the stone lantern. And there was lots of lights everywhere, right? No, it can't not be dark. We know it was lighted up. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have evidence of that?
Oh. Great question. Oh, try that one. Wait, no, never mind. That's not it. That's the courtyard later, right?
I don't think we have evidence of the.
No way. We didn't even keep the Crispies.
The what?
Like the little crispy burnt stuff under the...
Oh. No,
Mm.
I don't think so.
What was the picture of the courtyard again? Was that the one already in the Hazakura temple? It was, okay.
That one.
Yeah, okay. That looks...
Yeah,
that
that's
still looks
stabbing.
brutal. Sheesh. Iris, what's wrong with you?
I know. It was dark where the two of them were, so I think that's why they didn't see me. So it was dark in the garden when the murder took place.
That's a lie.
Tell me, what did Miss Maya Fey do after she was struck?
Hi, Sev. Welcome.
Lou. What happened to the victim's staff then? I'm not sure. The area was very dark, so I really couldn't see. I think it got knocked away somewhere as the fight escalated. That makes sense. That would explain the need for the dagger. Mystic Elise raised the dagger to strike. But Mystic Maya dodged at the last second. The dagger struck the lantern and fell to the ground.
Huh?
And then at some point, Mystic Maya picked it up. Nothing sounds... everything about that sounds strange.
That doesn't make any sense! What? So she missed? So she missed the first time and then hit the soul lantern, which made it fling away. And now she's reaching for it again?
So, Elise struck out with the dagger, but Maya dodged it.
Oh.
I mean, Misty.
Yeah.
And it hit the stone lantern, and...
Now Maya's going after it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But still.
Makes no sense.
Need a better grip on that weapon. What did the victim do when the weapon was stolen from her? I mean, I would have just run.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, oh, right, pressing. You're saying that Maya Fey turned the tables on the victim. Yes. But Mystic Maya wasn't herself at the time. After all, her life was in danger. I still can't believe it. The idea of Maya cornering someone at knife point is just silly. What do you have to say?
As they say, a cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal.
I believe the correct description of a cornered fox is scared and petrified.
Your animal analogies have grown tiresome.
Started it. You were the one who started it. Okay. Maybe I'll be fine for this case.
Yeah, you and Phoenix are one right now. Both brains, same brain cell.
Anyway. So after Maya Fey backed the victim into the stone lantern, what happened next? Are you absolutely certain that's what you saw? Yes, I'm almost certain. Almost. garden was dark. I couldn't really tell who was who. What did she just say? I mean, she said that earlier too. So in other words, it could have been someone else entirely.
Objection!
We know that Maya Fey was at the Inner Temple that night. And that the woman that was killed was Elise Donim. Isn't it fairly obvious who attacked who?
No.
No. But I can't explain why.
I don't have anything to counter that yet. Well then, witness, please continue with your testimony. Yes, Your Honor. The two of them faced each other for a moment. Then Mystic Maya rushed straight into Mystic Elise. Then Mystic Elise doubled over and fell to the ground. So she was stabbed in the stomach, huh? Yes. So, where did that dagger go? Where did that dagger go? I have no idea. It was dark and I couldn't see.
According to the detective who found the dagger, it was struck into the pine tree in the garden.
I still don't think that's a pine tree.
Most likely, it was flung towards the tree after the struggle.
That is the most likely explanation, yes. I think it would, rather than fling it to the tree, they could have just stabbed it there.
That's true. But
I don't know, like, the dagger is in her stomach. She took it out for some reason to, like, bleed faster, I guess.
to die faster.
And
then she decide to just
threw
chuck
at
it.
the tree.
Yeah.
She touched it at a tree with enough force to where it gets stuck in the bark.
That's what I'm wondering.
No, Judge, that is not the most likely explanation. After being stabbed in the stomach, did the victim collapse right away? Now that I think of it, she seemed to stare at Mystic Maya for a while. And Mystic Maya stood there not moving an inch.
That's kind of weird.
It felt for a moment like time had just stopped. But then suddenly, as if the spell had worn off, Mystic Elise fell over. Seems like a reasonable story at first, but there's one thing that is completely impossible. The very idea of Maya stabbing someone. That alone is impossible, which means this faulty testimony must contain another contradiction in it somewhere.
What if Maya actually was a bad guy, though? It'd be so over for us, wouldn't it? Because we just believe her.
It's like, Maya would never do this. It's like, she was holding that grudge.
I mean, she hasn't seen her mom for like 17 years, and look at all these terrible things that happened that she was left alone for.
What do I have?
Yeah, how did we... Oh, okay, what about that? Because why was that left behind?
Yeah, but where would I present it?
That's true.
And I want to present this too, but where would I present it?
Yeah, how does that connect? Like, I see what you're trying to do, but... Huh.
Do we have a picture of that Maya writing? Or no?
Oh, she wrote it?
They wrote on the statue, but I guess not for some reason.
Yeah. Oh, wait, look! Go back to her autopsy report.
Oh, yeah. Stab in the back.
We did it!
We did it. Oh, shit.
Okay, but how do we... Maybe that? Because her back was against the stone... unless we do the one where her back is against the stone wall. Or stone lantern. Is there a line like that? Back to the stone lantern. Boom.
Could it be this? Does it really matter?
I feel like any of those statements would work, though.
We'll find out.
No! What? I was so confident.
I'm right.
It had to be with the picture.
It had to be with the picture then. That is so dumb. Whatever.
Why could not be it?
I'm sorry. That was my B. I got all
It's okay.
confident.
No. Something about you just... Oh, something about you just isn't right today, Iris. I was like, what am I reading? Till now, I didn't think you were the type to make such a careless mistake. However, the testimony you just gave contains quite a few contradictions. One contradiction that we found.
Just the one that we pointed out.
Or the one that we can prove at this point.
Right.
What do you mean? What's so wrong about my testimony? According to you, Maya Fey stabbed the victim while she had her back to the stone lantern. See, that statement beforehand could have worked.
It could have. Oh, God. Oh, well, whatever.
Correct? Yes, that's right. But in that case, the victim would have been stabbed in the stomach, right? Yes, I think so. But, according to the autopsy report, the cause of death was due to blood loss from a stab wound in her back.
Boom, Iris.
But then again, the body was found with the sword in her back, so it probably could have wiped the trace of the...
See, that's what I was
initial
thinking
wound.
too. I was like, how would they know that there was an initial? I guess forensics has gone so far to know like the order of operations with murder.
Is that possible?
I don't know, actually. That's what I'm wondering. Like, I'm guessing they could see. So this is just my thought. When they're going through an autopsy, maybe they could see like the different types of stab marks. So even though, unless the gaping hole in her back is so large that it pretty much like erases that part.
I mean,
But if they're able to see like an unusual junction that doesn't, like an unusual wound
that's true.
that doesn't match with the actual sword, then I guess that's where they can infer, especially in location. Like if it hit an artery and that was the only thing that really hit an artery, then yeah. But let's just assume they're that advanced.
We'll see. I don't know. Godot would be like, well.
Well, about that, yeah.
This proves that the victim was stabbed from behind, not from the front. Sister Iris, it appears another seed of doubt has sprouted from your testimony.
Ew, all the plant puns.
What? What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright?
Huh, that's simple.
Gosh, he's gonna say what I'm gonna say.
People are like books. We've all got a front and a back. You get my drift.
Is that all you have to say?
I can also say that darkness loves to play with the human mind.
Could you please knock it off with the cheesy proverbs and illogical metaphors already? The point is, too much of this testimony just doesn't make sense. Throwing away useful staff, the people fighting being mother and daughter, and now she falsely claims the victim was stabbed in the stomach. There certainly are some inconsistencies. Well, Iris, how about it? Well, it's just...
If you ask me, you're just being too naive about the whole thing.
What do you mean?
There are 253 distinct types of bitterness in coffee.
It all tastes the same to me.
But to pick out each one requires total concentration and the use of all senses. Were you really concentrating on what this witness actually said?
That's my job, isn't it?
I thought we did. Okay.
Prosecutor Godot, explain yourself.
The witness was quite unambiguous about her own ambiguities when she said,
He's gonna be like, Yeah, she was stabbed. Front or back, it doesn't matter. What matters is that Maya stabbed.
Probably. But the garden was dark, and that she couldn't see clearly. A human needs one thing to see clearly, and that is light.
I was gonna say 20/20 vision. But, too.
Glasses.
Light.
By the way, did you know?
No.
Okay. Hazakura has a rule that on the nights when an acolyte is at the inner temple training, the stone lantern in the garden must be kept lit.
I did wonder what that stone lantern was there for. Well, if that's true, shouldn't the witness have been able to see the crime more clearly?
Normally, yes, Your Honor. But according to the head nun, Sister Bikini, on the nights of the crime, it was impossible to light that stone lantern.
Impossible.
It hadn't been used in a long time and the wick was no good. In other words, it had to have been nearly pitch black in the garden that night.
There wasn't a full moon or anything?
There could have been a faint light coming from the training hall, but that's all.
The moon.
The moon!
Most enlightening. Gosh, how is that mug not breaking from the force?
It is a very, very strong mug. Yes, that illuminating fact has chased all the contradictions away. If the staff was dropped, it would be difficult to see. It also explains why they didn't recognize each other. We can't see the demons that lurk in the night. That's why humans are weak. Is that right, Trite?
No!
But Phoenix, you know it isn't true! You know it isn't true, Phoenix!
No! Order! Order! Order!
Here, Your Honor.
Oh.
Let me present the stone lantern into evidence.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, he just drags in the whole lantern. Whatever they do these now, I guess I view it differently, but whenever they show off new evidence, I don't know why, but I just imagine them just dragging it all in. Maybe it'll rekindle the flame of truth in your mind. Yeah.
Something's covered up behind. It's like, oh, what's that? That's for later.
Yeah.
A lantern from the inner temple garden was not lit the night of the crime, but there's like other torches around.
Yeah, there was like torches that were clearly lit that night.
I'm back, humbug.
I know, he should have given us a picture of the actual place.
Why is the judge just sitting there with that look on his face?
What's wrong?
Does you?
Yeah. What's wrong, Your Honor? Was the flame too hot?
This lantern. There's something written on it. Why? It's written in blood. Oh boy.
Oh.
The judge didn't know about that yet.
Written in blood?
How do you not know about it? It says.
I am.
I
I know.
to, like, say the wrong thing. But I'm disappointed in you, Judge. I wanted you to say the wrong thing. It's just Maya upside down.
What the?
Oh yes, that's right. After being cornered and then stabbed by Mystic Maya, Mystic Elise didn't fall down right away. She must have been writing that on the stone lantern behind her, with the blood that was draining out of her body. It certainly looks that way.
Objection.
Hang on just a minute.
Oh, I would like to retract my evidence.
What is it? He bails it again. What are you all talking about?
Oh, what do you mean, what are we all talking about? We're talking about the message written in blood.
Nonsense. This lantern, it's as clean as a whistle.
Could it be? He can't see the bloody writing at all? Now that I think of it, he did say something to me yesterday.
My eyesight's pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything.
So that's what he meant by that. In any case, this is obviously an important clue. We now know that the crime scene was dark, and that the victim scrawled this message on the stone lantern. Well, Mr. Godot, anything further? Mr. Godot?
Okay then. Let's move on.
Godot is literally shaking, and somehow I don't think it's from caffeine overdose. I believe it has now been established that Miss Donin was killed by Maya Fey. That's just wrong.
You both are shaking now, because that's probably not he wanted. Now it's time to turn our attention to you.
Yes, sir.
After the victim died, you did something, didn't you? Let's hear it. We're all ears.
Judge is wrong. Mr. Iris's cover-up. After Mystic Elise died, I called out to Mystic Maya. I thought it was my duty to protect the future master of the Karain tradition. So I removed the body from the inner temple by myself. Man.
You got strength.
I dragged it behind me all the way across Dusky Bridge. Man, that wobbly bridge.
I know, you two people at once?
Then I used a snowmobile to carry it back to Hazakura Temple and... Frick. I used the Shichishito to alter the way the wound looked. So you moved the body? Yes, I was raised at Hazakura Temple. I owe a great deal of thanks to the Fae clan. But even so, I never imagined that Elise Donut was actually Misty Fae. I've committed a terrible sin. Terrible trick of fate. I believe you're looking for twist of fate, Your Honor. I intended to return to the inner temple after taking care of the body. But...
You responded by the head nun, correct?
Yes, and that's why I couldn't go back. Your story makes sense, I suppose. Mr. Wright, go ahead with your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Yes. Press. So you waited until everything was over before making a move. No, it's not like that.
Objection!
She saw someone murdered right in front of her eyes. It's not surprising that she was a little timid.
Yes, I suppose that's true. Sometimes when I'm watching lawyers argue back and forth with each other, I feel so helpless that I just sit quietly and wait for them to reach a conclusion.
You don't just stop it, Judge?
Isn't it your job as the judge to mediate the argument? It wasn't until Mystic Maya saw me that it finally dawned on her what she had done. And
then what, she ran away?
They conversed. So then you knew. You knew the significance of the name Maya Fey. Yes, of course I did. Bikini sure didn't.
Yeah, Bikini didn't know.
That's odd. I mean, Sister Bikini didn't recognize Maya's name, let alone her position. Anyway, she was a very special person indeed. Why did you do that? Because I didn't want Mystic Maya to be suspected in any way. I thought the best thing would be to remove the body from the crime scene. You moved her body all by yourself? Yes, I did. It would have been impossible if it wasn't for the snow. The snow, huh? It's pretty amazing you could make it all the way across. That's a rickety old bridge. It looks worse than it is. It's surprisingly sturdy despite its age.
It's like they say, idiots are too stupid to catch even a simple cold.
But there's one other thing that bothers me. Why not just throw the body into the Eagle River? Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that didn't occur to me.
It would have been much easier than dragging it all the way to Hazakura Temple. I thought that it would still cast too much suspicion on Mystic Maya. That's why I tried to take the body as far away as possible.
You could have taken it farther. Or just thrown it into the forest behind the Hazakura Temple.
Far away as possible, right in like a recognizable area.
Right? Makes no sense. Makes perfect sense to me, apparently.
Apparently.
For the time being. Anyway, what did you do after you crossed the bridge?
Snowmobile. I knew that would show up sooner or later. Yes, I had the key. I used the snowmobile to travel from Hazakura Temple to Dusky Bridge. This is the part that was in question the other day. Should I ask her for more details? Yes.
Of course. Oh, crap, there's two.
We'll
Start with the snowmobile.
Yeah, let me hear more about the snowmobile ride. Well, it was very cold that night, so I rode it all the way to the foot of the bridge.
Objection!
I'm sorry, witness. But now, I've got a problem with your testimony.
Excuse me? Godot, what are you up to now?
That night, after the head nun left the remainder of the training to you, she said she walked from the inner temple back to Hazakura Temple.
Yes, I'm fairly certain that's what the record indicates.
Let's recall her comments on the subject.
Oh ho 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 ho. Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there by the main gate, the snowmobile, I mean.
The snowmobile was in front of the main gate. This is one of those contradictions, wouldn't you say?
You're supposed to be on my side, Godot!
Are we?
Order, Mr. Godot! Why are you pointing out contradictions in the witness's testimony?
Let's just say, I like things to be neat and tidy, okay?
He doesn't want us to point it out, that's why. Well, maybe Sister Bikini missed it. Yes, maybe she didn't see it. You think she missed it? That doesn't sound right.
Whatever. Even I don't think this is decisive enough to warrant any more time or effort. It's just... You better be careful in your testimony. That's all I wanted to say. A smart little cookie like you shouldn't have any trouble understanding that.
Yes, sir. What was that all about? Why would Godot want to give me a hint? He didn't give us a hint, we knew this.
Yeah, we already knew this.
Very well then, let's continue with the testimony. So you transported the body by a snowmobile all the way to the Hazakura Temple courtyard. Yes, I thought that way Mystic Maya would never be suspected. That's what I thought anyway. And then, can I still, wait, go back. Would it still give me the other option?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. If you really did move her body by snowmobile, then there should be tracks left in the snow, right? Well, yes, naturally you would expect tracks. This picture was presented at yesterday's trial. Are these the tracks from that ride? Yes, I think they are. But I can only see one set of tracks here. I don't see what's so strange about that. Snow was still falling when I left Hazakura Temple. I see. Snow was still falling, huh? And then when the murder took place, it had already stopped. That's why there are such fresh-looking tracks. How about it, Mr. Wright? What do you think about this testimony? It's very important.
It is very important.
When the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. That doesn't make sense if you stack it up against the other evidence. Your Honor, I like the statement Iris just made added to the testimony. But what? Does it have something to do with the case? All will be made clear if you allow her statement to be added to the record.
This should be fun.
Glug.
You. Let's get the snow business cleared up, shall we?
He didn't glug.
He didn't glug at all. There's nothing in his coffee cup.
Yes, sir. Oh, it changed. Oh no. Okay, so I added it to like the very last.
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Is that what you were doing when Miss Sister Bikini saw you? Yes, that's right. She probably thought the worst. Probably. More like definitely. I see. So Sister Bikini mistakenly thought you were the one that murdered Miss Donim. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. It's my fault that this case has gotten so confusing. Oh. There have been a lot of contradictions in your testimony so far. This time, are you sure it's all true? Yes, I am. You don't sound so sure.
Hush, she's trying her best.
The murder happened, the snow had already stopped. According to you, that's why the snowmobile tracks were so clear. That's right, I'm certain of it. I think I've trapped her this time. Hold up, I haven't made the connections yet. I'm sure I have evidence, but...
I see how you think. Snow, huh? Well, we had like
What
two
is-
things we could use for this, I think.
I mean, the web...
The weather report, and then also the... I still think the
don't know,
autopsy report, too.
Snow, blah blah, lightning. 10:45.
So 10:50.
So,
But
the
then...
snow stopped after lightning struck the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So... what does this mean?
So... can you check out the autopsy report again?
Oh, right.
Because I know it gives us just a... Yeah. So it just gives us like a time frame.
Time frame.
But...
10 to 11.
Yeah. So she's claiming, though, that Elise died at least before the lightning struck. Right? Because how else would she have crossed the Dusky Bridge?
Mm-hmm. So she would have had to dragged between the 10 to 11 mark.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
But then if the snow already stopped, she's saying that it was already after 10:50. So it'd probably be the weather data. It's likely the weather data that we could use.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah.
What is going on here? If the snow really had stopped by the time of the murder. Did she mention that? Oh, yeah, I guess she did mention that in a previous statement.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a bigger hole in her story than that movie, The Grid Revelations.
Wait.
Is that an actual movie?
Do they talk about, hold on, like, do we have a picture of this area where they cleared out the snow, right? Like all around the lantern?
I can't check right now.
That's what I'm
Stop
wondering.
talking.
Huh.
I
I don't think we have a picture though, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
No.
not that one.
No, we don't have a picture of the garden.
Dang.
We have gravy.
We have gravy. I cannot believe. Poor baby. Huh. Well then, Mr. Trite, perhaps you'd like to share your theory with us. Let's see what's up your sleeve, or rather, at the end of your index finger.
Objection! I don't want to believe it, but I don't think my logic is failing me. But just in case it fails me, I'll save.
I don't have enough wrinkles, Phoenix.
Iris is trying to pin the murder on Maya. But why would she want to do that? There's only one reason I can think of. Oh, okay. I have to actually present something. Okay. Okay, so by the time the murder took place, no. Okay, yes.
That is a lie, then.
That is a lie.
Hello.
Did I do it out of order?
I don't know, actually. Okay.
Okay.
No, it clearly contradicts Judge. You're just dumb.
Fine, okay.
What? The places know how to already stopped.
Okay. That means we need to connect something first before
With the snow tracks,
weather.
right? Or maybe because we're trying to prove that the timeline's all wrong. Can we use the snow tracks? But then I guess that wouldn't really contradict anything. Oh, well,
I mean, it contradicts my
footprints. We could try.
but would it?
Because, okay, my biggest question is how did Phoenix not see her?
Yeah.
That has always been my question since day one.
Do I present it here?
Maybe?
I don't know. I don't know if that's too early.
Well, okay, let's just say, remember how they're always like, it takes 20 minutes for us to... Oh, but it takes 5 minutes on snowmobile. So
Yeah.
even then, that still wouldn't count.
I mean, she still has to drag the body across the bridge.
Yeah.
And the snow had stopped during the time of the murder.
Right. But she's talking about the murder that took place in the inner temple.
Yeah, so like, that's why I presented the weather report.
See, that's what I thought
It was
too!
up at 10:50, but then lightning had struck the Dusky Bridge at 10:45, so how did she cross the bridge?
See, Judge is just dumb. He doesn't understand what we're trying to say. For the snowmobile tracks, wasn't there 2 options? Did you guys get... Yeah, we clicked both options, which is what gave this.
This is what was appended. So I'm guessing we do have to present something here, but not the weather report
This
for
one
some reason.
you pressed though, right? You already pressed this one? Yeah.
Yeah, I pressed all of them.
Okay. I wonder if
And
it's
then
like... I hope it's not like a double press somewhere.
Oh. I mean, if anything, I would press here again. Unless I present the weather report, no.
You know what? Yeah, you probably could. You could probably do the weather report on this.
I don't know.
Yeah, try this one with the weather report.
Oh, okay. Okay, game.
I mean, we had the right evidence. We just didn't know which one to to present it to.
I would assumed it would have been like the new piece of dialogue that was added, but okay. You claim that the snow had already stopped when the murder occurred. But I'm sorry, Iris. That just isn't possible. What? This is the weather data from the night of the murder. Do you say data or data?
I think either of them is correct.
Yeah, but how do you say it?
I usually say data.
Okay.
Or data. You know what? Maybe I say data more. I think I say data more.
Hmm.
I don't know. Now I'm all self-conscious.
No, I think it depends on the scenario, because I think I say... Do I say data at work?
See, I
I
think
don't
data
know.
with numbers and then data with details.
Well, I mean, I say the database is filled with data.
Yeah.
Data.
You know what? You know how I feel about this? The same word like a data, right? Or data. It's like root and route. They're actually two different things. Genuinely, they're two different things. But I just use them so interchangeably that I don't even know.
I think I say route more often.
Yeah, but route is apparently specific to
Routing someone.
yeah.
Route the enemy. Route.
Yeah, like
Not
with
route 66.
apparently like in football, that's the word that they use. Route for like
I
I
guess
guess
route.
route is
Is
the
what,
one
like,
that you
with
drive
numbers?
on.
Route 66.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Super off topic.
According to this, the snow didn't stop until 10:50 p.m. But you couldn't have crossed Dusky Bridge at that time. Why do you say that?
Stop crying.
Demolishing my evidence, Phoenix Wright! 5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and had caught on fire. What did you say? The bridge, it was on fire? You don't mean to say you didn't know about it? Weren't you in the trial beforehand?
Weren't you listening the entire time?
Were
Did
you
you
a
not
different person?
Did you not see Larry?
Were you a different person the other day? Because of that lightning strike that the bridge burned down. What? But it can't be.
Oh no. Wait, is this fake Iris?
Is Dahlia still alive?
I'm scared again. I don't like it.
Scared? It looks like you still haven't figured it out. No matter how hard you try to deceive or conceal the truth, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of a real defense attorney. No!
Iris? Eyebrow raise?
Order. Everyone's confused. The bridge was already on fire when the incident took place. That's right, the inner temple was already totally cut off from the outside world. There's no way you could have crossed the bridge, body or no body. Witness, even my patience has its limits. Any further lying and I will find you in contempt of court. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
The only person here that is truly contemptible is you. Phoenix Wright. I'm kidding. Old man. Yeah!
I was gonna
Shucks.
say Gramps.
Right?
Me? How dare you?
Whether this witness lied or not doesn't mean squat right now.
Squat.
The important thing now is to find out the truth. Isn't that right? Right?
Yeah, so... Of course, what?
Whether it was snowing or not snowing, or whether the bridge was burning or not. I mean, those are still kind of important, you know?
Whether she was stabbed in the front or the back.
There are two facts that can't be disputed. First, the body of Elise Donim was discovered in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. And second, the head nun, Sister Bikini? Witnessed Iris desecrating Elise Donem's body.
He makes a good point on both accounts. That's right. I'm not lying. You are, but
You are, but like, we don't get it. We don't know why you're lying like this.
what are you claiming this time? I wasn't myself at all that night. My memory is still somewhat hazy.
I don't trust this Iris. There's something wrong with this Iris.
Yeah, I'm scared. You stood at that witness stand and testified this entire time. Are you telling us now that your memory of that night is hazy?
Objection!
It is only human to err. If you're so perfect, right? Maybe you can explain this for the court.
No. What is it?
When the murder happened, the bridge had already burned down. But somehow...
flying.
It has to. But somehow, the body traveled across the bridge and was found in the temple courtyard. Perhaps you have some kind of perfect explanation for this magic trick.
Well, not exactly, no. I have a horrible sketch from... I know there must be some other way she got across that burnt out bridge.
No way, so
But
there... Okay, well...
But unless I can somehow demonstrate it, well, we'll never know the truth.
Is this Larry's time to shine?
Now. It looks like the defense is not prepared to offer a suitable explanation.
You see what I mean? In other words, you're in no position to suggest that this lady's testimony isn't the truth.
I can totally say that if I want.
Yeah, we can totally say that.
Yuck.
Don't yell, Phoenix! Own it!
Alright then. Witness, let's hear your testimony once more.
Oh gosh.
About what, Your Honor?
I hate her! What is going on?
You've admitted that you moved the victim's body. Nevertheless, your prior testimony contained a rather large inconsistency. Please add an explanation for that to your testimony. Yes, Your Honor. I flew, Your Honor. Will this be her final testimony? Moving the body. Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body. So I must have just gotten confused, I guess. Was the snow still falling or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? Or are you just saying that there is a way to cross a burning bridge? That's it?
That's it?
So it's just a misunderstanding, I see.
Oh. This is a photo of Dusky Bridge after it burned down from the lightning blast. It was taken on the morning after the incident.
Why did no one give me this?
Yeah, why did we not have this yesterday? Dang, that is like...
Certainly it was burned to a crisp, and...
How did you plan to cross that, Phoenix?
He wasn't thinking. One of the suspension wires even snapped to make sure the whole bridge didn't fall. Clearly, it would be impossible to carry a corpse across a bridge in this condition. Taking the morning after the crime. Edgeworth, why didn't you have this? Unless I do so need to discredit this testimony, it's going to be deemed as the truth, and Maya will be accused of murder.
That's right. I'm only going to say it one more time. It is only human to err. And only humans can spot the error of our ways.
The more sense he makes, the less sense he makes.
I don't think you're gonna try to ever make sense of him.
I'm just gonna acknowledge that he said some words and continue.
Right?
Alright, Mr. Wright. Please begin your final cross-examination.
Ooh, final. Okay.
Okay. Yes, but if the snow had already stopped when the incident took place, I couldn't have crossed the bridge, naturally.
Naturally.
Naturally. But I think it's just like Mr. Godot said. The body did make it across somehow. But you seemed to be quite sure of yourself when you gave your testimony. You said you were sure the snow had already stopped. I'm terribly sorry. I was wrong. Does she really think an apology is gonna get her off the hook?
She's cute.
Cute girls never lie.
Yeah, cute girls never lie.
This is no joke. You're giving sworn testimony in a court of law. Well, Mr. Wright, let me ask you a question. Do you remember what the weather was like 1 week ago today?
Okay, that doesn't matter, Iris. Shut up.
Huh? well, naturally, it was, See? It's not that easy to remember, is it? But if it had been on some kind of a special day, I would have remembered. For example, it was pouring rain on the day of my elementary school graduation.
Objection!
No one wants to hear about your childhood traumas, Trite.
What?
Dang. By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. If you insist on obsessing over that one statement, let's see the proof. Show some evidence that the body somehow crossed the bridge while it was on fire. Well...
Well...
I mean...
I have something, but no one's gonna like it.
I know! We're just gonna have deafening silence in the court again.
Yep. Well, I don't see why there couldn't be a way across. Mr. Wright, don't you think that sounds a bit silly? A dead body crossing a burning bridge. Did anyone actually witness such a thing?
Huh. If there was, I don't think you'd call someone like that a witness. Well... After all, a dream isn't the same as actually seeing something.
Come all this way, so I owe it to everyone to figure this out. But how do you transport a body across a burning bridge?
You
I
fly?
don't know the exact answer yet. It's okay. I'll start by examining all my evidence to see where that takes me. I gotta be like a shark. If I don't keep moving, I'm as good as dead.
Alright.
Okay.
Last statement.
Oh gosh. Beforehand, because it's gonna be a mess afterwards.
Last statement, it has to be.
Oh god.
Oh.
A dead body flying over a burning bridge. I wouldn't exactly rule out the possibility. What? My brother never told me about this.
Huh. You're saying it's possible. Don't make me laugh. The only thing that's possible about your claim is that it's been pulled out of thin air.
I don't know about that. In any case, we have a witness who did see it happen.
So preposterous!
That's funny. Who is it? Who is this witness?
Oh yeah, you weren't here.
Talk to Larry again, though.
You weren't here,
if
Judge.
he comes back, I don't want him to come back. I can't chicken out here. I've got to keep on attacking. Go, go, go.
But you don't even know what you're attacking with!
I know! Mr. Lee Stonem's brilliant, highly gifted apprentice. Highly gifted. Laurie Stonem.
What is this high praise, Phoenix? Highly gifted.
Apprentice? Remember what he said in his testimony. That night he was at the Mountain Shack Heavenly Hall. And that's when he witnessed the event. I think you've all seen this sketch before. is an exact drawing of what he witnessed that night. Are you serious? Today's not April Fool's Day, is it? Mr. Wright, are you seriously claiming that the victim flew through the air? And you're using this pathetic scribble to support your argument? I know, I'm disappointing myself too, Judge.
I mean, like, wait, do we have anything else, Judge? Come on.
Uh-oh. Just looks like he's about to blow a gasket.
Well, trite. There's nowhere for you to hide now. Other than looking like it was drawn by a 6-year-old, does this sketch prove anything?
I think he draws better than a 6-year-old would, but
I think so too. I mean, like, he's got the shape, and
he's got the flames that
yeah,
are
actually pretty well colored and blended together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he was able to capture that all within 30 minutes. That's not that bad.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it does, and I'm going to prove it.
Listen, I know your tricks. You're trying to turn this whole thing upside down.
It makes me win.
It actually will. Come on, Larry. Let's go. If you're so eager to turn this case upside down, why not start with a sketch?
Upside down? Why did Godot say that? Alright then, let's hear the defense's theory. Oh. I guess it is upside down. The suspension cables would be...
on the other side.
Wait, how does that work?
Yeah.
What, they swung across?
Yeah. I would think so.
Oh. With a dead body?
You see, okay, that's where I'm baffled. Like, 2 people swinging across? That makes no sense. Unless, I don't know. That really makes no sense to me. That's the part where I'm still trying to process it. Because if he only saw Iris, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. We'll see.
What exactly is this sketch trying to show? I don't think old Whisker Face is gonna forgive any more mistakes. I'm gonna...
Fair.
Alright, Phoenix, look carefully and think it over. The sketch drawn by Laurie Stoneham is evidence of nothing, a complete contradiction, exactly what happened.
I think it's exactly what happened. Except you gotta flip it over.
Yeah.
I don't know, or... because it can't be the first one. And then a complete contradiction doesn't... I'm afraid about what they're gonna say there. That's what
Can we expand on this thought, Phoenix?
yeah, I mean, you saved. You could probably click on it and just see.
Yeah. We'll see what he explains. Something's obviously funny about this sketch. I'm no art critic, but even I can see that. No, that's not what I mean, Your Honor. Larry Stoneham stated it over and over, that this sketch was exactly as he saw it. However, if we're to believe his testimony, then the sketch contradicts reality as we know it.
Don't tell me that was the right answer.
I think it was the right answer.
Oh. Go back. Let's see if we get the wrong answer. Let's go. Because we already know the other one's the wrong answer. But I don't know.
So, you want to hear this one?
I do.
Of course the victim was flying through the air.
Okay.
You can see it right there in the sketch. Whoosh! You know, you're starting to remind me of yesterday's witness.
No, don't call us that.
What? That was the last thing I wanted to hear. Do you have any evidence that the victim flew through the air?
Just so you know. We haven't discovered a giant human catapult at the inner temple yet.
Thanks. Ugh, I wish they had.
Hey Pine, welcome. Even if you're a lousy lawyer, at least you're 1 cup's worth of entertainment.
I think we should skip the penalty this time. Oh, Godot, are you being nice to
No.
us?
There must be some way. I just know it. There must be a way to use Larry's sketch to show the truth of what happened. Alright then, the witness will now return to her testimony.
Oh.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do we have to go through all that again?
Ew. No
Ew.
thanks.
Yeah, no. No, that's nasty. Go back. Go.
I'm kind of curious about the first one though. I want to see the dialogue.
Okay, okay.
This sketch proves exactly one thing. Absolutely nothing.
God. Phoenix, come on.
I've been a judge for a long time now, but I've never seen a defense lawyer so brazenly admit the flimsiness of their evidence. I must say it was quite refreshing in a strange way.
Times change, Your Honor. Like they say, you are quite the old man. Old man.
I have the feeling my own lifespan just got shorter.
Allow me to speed you along the aging process, trite.
I get a penalty for that one.
Whoa! It just get bodied with that one. Okay. I can't believe we picked the right answer the first time. It was like last time where we were like, this is totally the wrong answer. And then...
And it was right. It kept going and we're like,
oh no.
I think this was the right answer. Alright.
Here we go.
Something's obviously funny. Yeah. Okay, I read that. However, if we're to believe this, then the sketch contradicts reality?
This is getting interesting. Looks like you're back at that finger-pointing thing again.
It's my job. Objection!
That's right. It's part of the job.
Oh shit, I'm not ready for this.
Okay, trite.
Oh, okay. No,
so what
I am
exactly
ready.
is a contradiction?
Oh. Well,
okay, what are we...
I don't...
Her?
What am I pointing at? The cables?
I guess the cables would be the most obvious one.
It's this wire connected to the bridge. The wire.
Huh. Is that the thing that contradicts reality?
It's defying gravity. It is indeed.
Then show us the reality it supposedly conflicts with.
Oh, you just gave me that picture.
Show us something that will point out how the sketch contradicts reality.
East one, I think, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. East one. Lots of photo of Dusky Bridge, correct? Yes. Now compare the sketch and the photo for a minute. In the sketch, the wires appear to be above the guard wires. But on the actual Dusky Bridge... Jumping Jehoshaphat!
I haven't heard that in a while.
The wires are below the guard wires.
What? I thought you knew, Godot! That's the reason why you keep saying upside down! Oh.
Order! 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 This sketch is somewhat different than what's depicted in the photo. However, isn't it likely that the artist just saw it wrong? Or perhaps just drew it wrong?
Either way, it sounds like you're just wrong. But that's not my name. Nope. My name's right.
Someone like Larice, I admit a mistake is a definite possibility. But then that begs the question, why did he make a mistake? What was the reason?
Are you saying you know the answer to that?
No, I don't know. Hold up.
It's Larry. It's
Larry.
That's our only explanation.
Listen, think back, alright? Remember what Larice was doing when he witnessed this event. He was at Heavenly Hall waiting for a lover that was never going to come. He waited and waited, and finally he laid down. Are you gonna, like... He doesn't even see the bridge at that angle.
That's what I'm thinking too, unless there's another door just facing the bridge.
Well, we'll see your explanation, Phoenix, but I'm squinting-eyeing right now. Alright. But then, lightning shoots from the sky and sets the bridge aflame. Now ponder what sort of position Larice must have... Now, Ponder was sort of position Larice must have been in at the time. He was lying on his back, which is why you remember the scene the way he did. He was lying on his back? I can't see how it relates. But it does, Your Honor. That is the reason why the wires in the sketch go up instead of down. Ah!
Ugh, no way.
But we were at Heavenly Hall. The bridge is not even at the same position of where someone would wake up and see it immediately.
Okay, but maybe there's like another like window or patio door that we just didn't see because
No.
it's like facing the other way.
No.
Yeah.
He was laying down. Ah. Fine. Whatever. Look, it's obviously the door entrance right there.
Is it? Is it really the door entrance?
Yes.
Oh. I'm just gonna pretend there's another door.
No. Fine. Fine. Larice Donan witnessed the event while he was lying on his back, face up. In other words, the scene that he saw was actually upside down.
Yeah, Phoenix, turn it all upside down.
So that the sketch should actually... I think you finally get it, Your Honor. The correct way to view Larice Donan's sketch is like this. This is how it should actually look. It still doesn't make sense though, but...
It really doesn't.
The victim's body wasn't flying above the bridge. It was actually swinging below with a dead body.
Which makes no sense.
A heavy dead body of a woman that's... I don't know.
It's like just double the weight swinging across would just make the whole thing snap, you would think.
Mm-hmm. And just carrying a body in one arm and with Iris's frame.
It seems nigh impossible. Unless
they tied the rope around the dead body.
They tied the rope around the dead body and then put the hood on it so nobody would notice that it's her. Right?
Why would she put a hood on it?
Because
she didn't suspect anyone would see them.
But that's what Larry said. She was wearing the hood.
Yeah, she was. It was actually swinging below.
But then how did they both end up over on the same side? That's the question.
Dahlia was there. That's right, just like a pendulum.
Ridiculous!
Ridiculous. Order!
Of all the things to say, a pendulum?
The bridge was burning to its crisp. There's no way to get across it. But if the body had been found at the inner temple, it would have caused problems. This is where the criminal decides to take a gamble. They used the burning bridge to get the body across to the other side, and a pendulum was the only way to get it done.
Objection.
Let's think about this for a minute, shall we? Dusky Bridge is about 20 yards long, which means it's about that far from the inner temple to the opposite cliff.
Yes, that sounds right.
In order to cover that distance with a pendulum, you need a rope at least 10 yards long.
I mean, the suspension cable is halfway.
Yeah. To get a rope that long, you had to plan ahead.
The lightning strike that night can only have been an accident, so it doesn't make sense that the culprit would have prepared the rope beforehand. So then, they didn't have to get the rope ready. The rope was already right in front of them.
What?
I'm saying that it was just a matter of using what was already there. In that case, Mr. Wright, please give us an explanation to support your theory. Oh, do I just use a picture again?
Can you use a picture again? I guess, yeah.
Is it that picture? Is there a different picture we can use? Probably not.
Oh.
They didn't give me a different picture,
no.
did they?
I don't think so.
Unless...
Oh, well, look, that one's all snapped off.
Why is that one snapped? Unless it's showing the current. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know what to present.
It's either the picture of the Dusky Bridge or that one, which clearly shows that it was snapped off.
We'll see. Okay, it's not that one. Or is it? If you want to know where the rope came from.
Look, he's all
maybe
confident.
It is. Okay. It's hanging right there in front of your glorious beard. Glorious.
Glorious.
These weird adjectives. Flattery. Oh.
Oh!
This is one of the wires from the bridge. When the lightning struck the bridge and set it on fire, one of the suspension wires came loose from its anchor. The criminal didn't have any time to waste, so they tied the wire around Elise Donum's body.
Oh, and then that would make sense with the 10-foot fall.
Oh. 10 yards does not equal 10 feet.
I know, but it's like, it would kind of make sense as to why she has all the bruising.
From all the... I don't know. Because there's simply no other way to move the body, but still. They just relied a lot for that dead body. Did they just swing the dead body and just like landed?
There, and that's, but then it's so weird because that's how... Did they like transport her with her staff at the same time?
It looked like it. They just tied it in with it.
Yeah, I guess. Huh.
And then what? How did Iris swing across? Unless
she never did. I don't think.
Oh, it was a handoff.
It was a handoff. It had to be. But then I'm like, wait. That's even worse. Then who was the one that was giving in the first place? Because if Iris was the receiver, then I'm kind of afraid to know what was going on the other side.
Because I mean, if the other person couldn't leave, they should have found that other person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, except for behind the gate thing.
Well, even more of a reason why I'm even more scared that the fact that what's her name? That Francisca is over there alone.
Yeah, Maya and Francisca are both dead.
Gosh, no, not our little 19-year-olds.
They're dead.
Crap.
Might as well take the whole main branch family. Just give it to Pearls. I give up.
Just as she wanted. What's her name? Morgan? Just as Morgan wanted.
Okay, because there is simply no other way to move the body.
Huh. Glug 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 glug. Oh my god. Which cup of coffee is this, Godot?
Mr. Godot. Oh, that's a lot of coffee.
That is.
Seems that Mr. Godot is more focused on his coffee than answering my question. It seems that the odds of a rope being readily available were very high. So I suppose that is not an impossibility after all. Objection. There's still coffee.
Possible or impossible? That's not the question we need to ask. There's only one question. Did that really happen? Trite. I wonder if you can prove what happened to us.
Yeah, hold up. Don't want to go through all that again.
Do you have any actual evidence that the body was swung over like a pendulum? Yes, we do.
Autopsy.
There's also the ball.
Oh, the ball.
Because of where it was found.
Yeah, but he's asking about the body. But I guess we could use...
Did you save?
I did save before this, yes.
Okay.
We'll see. Before I present my evidence, let me review what we know so far. According to this photo, one of the wires snapped. Looking at the map, we can see that was in front of the inner temple. So then that was the spot where the criminal... Yes, precisely. Now let us consider the body's movement by looking at the overhead map again. The body was pushed from this point here. It would... I think we need... it would drop on the opposite bank. Approximately this point. Did you say drop? Well, they must have failed to catch the body on the other bank. What? What makes you think something like that happened? Because I have evidence that suggests her body did. Oh shit. Because I have evidence that suggests her body dropped some distance.
It has to be the autopsy report.
Yep. What kind of evidence? When I represented the other one.
Yeah. Oh, we don't even need to.
Oh,
Thank you,
okay.
Phoenix.
Thank you, Phoenix. Take a look at this autopsy report. It says here that her body fell about 10 feet after her death. 10 feet, huh? That's most likely the height difference between the two sides. The body overswung due to the forward momentum, but then came loose and fell about 10 feet. And then as a result of the landing impact, this crystal sphere was knocked loose. Okay, so either of them would have worked.
Yeah, cool.
That's... Yes, this blood-stained amethyst crystal is the one that came off Miss Elise Donim's staff. And even more important is the place where this crystal sphere was found. Indeed, I believe it's already marked on this overhead map. The crystal was found... Precisely, Your Honor. In the very spot where the pendulum would have arrived if given the right amount of speed. This explains your theory quite well, Mr. Wright. You have provided us with the way the body could have been moved that night. An impressive deduction, Mr. Wright. Most impressive. Oh. Mr. Wright!
I thought this cold coffee might help cool you down.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Godot?
That was a dark and bitter guess that you made, Trite.
Yes, I have evidence.
But you forget about one thing.
Now what? Oh, and what would that be?
The aroma.
Huh?
The coffee's most reliable accomplice is its deep and profound aroma.
Very sinister. Tricks me all the time. The rest of the court doesn't speak Coffinese. Can you elaborate a bit more?
If the criminal had sent the body to the other side, like you said, then naturally, there must have been an accomplice lying in wait to catch it.
An accomplice?
The criminal wasn't able to cross Dusky Bridge. So, who collected the body? What do you have to say about that, Trite?
Well...
Uh-oh.
Well... I don't know if you're ready for this.
I don't
but...
know if we can explain
I don't think we
this.
can explain it at this point, but I have my theories.
I have an idea.
Mr. Godot is correct. This can't be the work of a single person. Well, Mr. Wright, you know what you must do. Yes, Your Honor. The body couldn't have made it to Hazakura Temple without an accomplice. Very well then, if you please, Mr. Wright. Who was the person that received the body on the Hazakura Temple side?
It's
Well,
Iris.
I mean, yeah. But she would receive it.
But then we have no explanation for Dahlia. That's the only thing.
Yeah. Like, so I present Iris, and then they'll be like, well...
How does that make sense? I mean, that's the only one that makes sense, though.
Yeah. Like, Iris received it, but... And then they'll be like, who sent it? Or, like... Well, we'll see what happens.
It's actually Sister Bikini.
It can only be you, Sister Iris. I don't see why you're so surprised. The only way to transport the body from Dusky Bridge is by snowmobile. But with her bad back, Sister Bikini could never pick up a body like that. You're the only one that could have managed it.
Objection!
Trite. Were you even listening to the witness's testimony?
No, because it was all lies.
On the night of the crime, this little cutie pie was on the cleanup duty in the inner temple garden after the mother-daughter bloodbath.
I haven't forgotten, but have you, Mr. Godot? This witness was also seen at Hazakura Temple, desecrating the corpse of the victim. Strange indeed. It's almost as if, on that night, the defendant was in two different places at the same time. Sister Iris, let me ask you something. Why didn't you mention it when you first gave your testimony? Mention what? The pendulum, of course. Using the sketch drawn by an eyewitness, I have established how the body was moved using the burnt-out bridge, which means it's now a fact that this occurred, something you should have already known. No, I had no idea. I didn't know anything about a pendulum. But the body couldn't have been passed along to the other side without your help. So you should have known about it. In fact, it'd be impossible for you to be clueless about this whole thing. Unless you're not really Iris to begin with.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
What?
Nope.
How can you say that, Mr. Wright? What? What kind of nonsense is this? You're saying this witness isn't Iris of Hazakura Temple?
Objection!
Are you serious, Trite?
I don't want to be.
You mean this woman is?
There's no one besides Iris that could have received the corpse that night. Now I get it. Now I know why I've been sick to my stomach this whole trial. Why her whole demeanor changed so suddenly from yesterday. And why she's trying to pin this murder on Maya. The woman that's standing there at the witness stand, her real name is... oh, jeez.
Oh no!
How is she alive?
I don't know! See, that's the reason why they were like, oh, we executed her. I'm like, I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
It's time. It's time.
Executed last month. Lies. Lies. I never thought I'd have to utter your name again, let alone see you. It's been a long time, Dahlia Hawthorne. Hawthorne? Sister Iris had a twin sister, and you're looking at her, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. That name rings some bells. Distant bells, but bells nonetheless.
That's just your imagination, Gramps. This file contains all the relevant data about Dahlia Hawthorne. Why do you have that at the ready?
I know.
It's
How
like
do you
he
know?
knew.
He knew!
He knew!
Oh yes, I remember now. That case. 5 years ago. My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say, honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
Blech. The honor is all mine!
Oh no, the honor is all mine. But, according to this, Dahlia Hawthorne is already dead. It says her execution was carried out last month.
So what? Death has no meaning in this courtroom.
Okay.
I
good
mean, technically we have two dead
though.
people in the courtroom. The only one that's not dead is Phoenix and the judge.
Order, order, order. Wait a moment. How can you? My sister, she's already dead. What kind of monster are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
You of all people should already understand. After all, the blood of the master of the Karain channeling technique flows within that body. The Karain channeling technique? Now where have I heard? We've been mentioning it this whole time, Judge! Now where have I heard that? That's right. You're not Dahlia Hawthorne herself. You're the spirit of Dahlia, currently inhabiting the body of a spirit medium.
Which body? Maya's?
I mean, Iris could technically be a spirit medium.
I guess Iris could, but she
But
says she has
then-
no power.
Yeah, she could have been lying.
Yeah, she could have been lying. That's true.
We still need a separate body anyways, though, so...
No, I don't know. This is. Oh.
I don't get it.
What an exciting story. Exciting, but quite impossible. You're asking us to buy that Dahlia Hawthorne just happened to be channeled by someone. On the very night of the murder, to a temple where her twin sister Iris was?
Well, if you're gonna put things that way, then yes.
We're supposed to believe a coincidence like that just happens?
Naturally, it was no coincidence. The whole thing was part of a plan from the very beginning. It's all written right here in these instructions. What's that? These instructions were written by your mother, Morgan Fay.
Is Pearls here? Oh no.
Well, she's gonna discover the truth. She better discover the truth and see how much
How much of a mess her family is.
break her heart.
Gosh, poor Pearls.
Phoenix should have done it way before, but I'm doing it now. Part of the plan called for Dahlia Hawthorne to be channeled. That night, there were 2 irises at Hazakura Temple.
Two of them.
Even the time of the channeling was planned out. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, in other words, 10 p.m. However, Iris was seen before dinner time. That means the Iris that was at dinner was the real Iris. And the Iris who gave me this hood in the main hall was also the real Iris. Meaning that the Iris Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple was someone else dressed as her, namely one Dahlia Hawthorne.
Objection!
Do you even know what you're saying, Trite?
No.
This whole channeling the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne business? Yes, it's true that you found plans that talk about it. However, there's one thing that's perfectly clear. The witness currently standing in the witness stand is the real Iris.
Prove it. Show me your evidence. What? Don't be shocked, Phoenix. Keep your composure.
You're right, Phoenix! Calm down and remember what you know about the night of the crime. After meeting Sister Bikini, the Dahlia Hawthorne that had been channeled would have been stranded at the inner temple due to the lightning strike. It was later that the body was moved by pendulum.
That's right.
Naturally, that would mean that the Iris that received the body was the real Iris. Are you with me so far?
Yeah, I mentioned this, yes. Yes.
After being notified of what happened, the police came to Hazakura Temple's main hall. There, they found Iris in her room and arrested her. And ever since, she's been under police supervision at the detention center.
Yes, I suppose. Can't deny any of that. Phew, thank goodness. She's relieved! Godot, she's relieved!
Oh my god, you do not trust her at all, don't you?
When you hear a sigh of relief from... Looks like he's finally convinced. Something still seems off. Way off. Still not convinced that the iris here is the same one from the other night.
I suppose you're about to say something really ridiculous.
I always say something ridiculous. Look.
Like, the real Iris and the spirit of Dahlia somehow switched places?
This has switched places.
They could have.
The spirit has free reign. It doesn't have to stay in one body.
If it is a spirit to begin with, but
Yeah.
no, they actually could have easily switched places when she disappeared from Edgeworth.
Yeah, that's true. So, I don't have evidence of that, but true.
Right.
To be perfectly honest, there are still quite a few things I don't understand, but I do know we need a recess.
We need a recess.
That unless we confirm the witness's identity, we can't continue with this trial. Iris doesn't have the spiritual power needed to channel Dahlia. How do you know? Just because she said she didn't have it, doesn't mean she was telling the truth, Phoenix. Which means they must have switched places somewhere. Well, Mr. Wright, since the time she was arrested at Hazakura Temple, have there any? There was one, but I'm gonna save it.
One.
Just in case. Just in case they asked me to prove it and I have no evidence. Your Honor, I think there might have been one chance. Oh, explain yourself. Yesterday, for a few minutes, Iris's whereabouts were unknown.
Unknown? What do you mean?
What I mean is, there was a span of time in which Iris was able to move about freely, unsupervised. Well, who was it? Who would give a murder suspect time to move about freely like that?
Well, I mean...
Well, there was an earthquake, Your Honor.
Yeah, you can't hold it against him. Everybody's trying to look out for themselves during an earthquake.
I'm sorry. I know you didn't mean to. It wasn't your fault.
No.
I don't want to throw Edgeworth under the bus.
Yeah, he was literally doing his job and he felt so guilty about it.
No. It seems like a betrayal. I can't do this.
Do it. It's okay. He'll understand. He'll understand. He'll understand.
I guess so. I'm sorry, Edgeworth. Please forgive me, old friend. This is Mr. Edgeworth, isn't it? Your Honor, there was a fairly large earthquake yesterday, was there not?
You sound like you're crying all the way through.
An earthquake? Oh my goodness!
She's laughing at the earthquake.
It's kind of terrible. Yeah, it's to get the pitch down, okay?
How could I have? She fled. She escaped.
We went to the inner temple right away. And it's true, Iris was already there. However, they had already switched places by that point in time. When I arrived at the training hall, I was met by none other than Dahlia Hawthorne.
Rabble, 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 rabble.
Oh, that's quite enough already, Mr. Wright. I'll see here. No judge in his right mind would consider the idea of spirit channeling and... Be quiet. Oh. Oh. It's been a long time, Mr. Judge. That voice.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. I'm trying to trying to look at something real quick. Okay. Guess I'll have to ask again. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules.
Dahlia Hawthorne, in my current profession, permanently retired.
So you're not going to bother hiding your identity anymore, huh?
Why should I? After all, I'm dead. There's really nothing you can do to punish me. What is going on here?
I know, Judge. I know.
Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought we'd meet again, and I never thought we'd meet like this. But this time, I'll end it for her and for myself.
Dun
my
dun
recess.
dun.
Recess?
Dun dun dun. I don't think we're getting a recess. Hey, how long is that? That is 10, 11, 12, 1. That is like 3 hours already into the court.
No, then, dude, do you need a break?
Do you need a break?
I'm good. Well, actually, no, I could pee.
Yeah, go. You know what? I'll also take a potty break. We'll be back.
We'll be back to be continued.
To be continued
like
after we
5
pee.
minutes.